The following program may contain coarse language, violence, nudity, mature subject matter, or scenes which may not be suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
All Hit Radio.
Welcome to the X-Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
Welcome back, everyone. My guest this hour is Sheila Applegate, and she is an award-winning author, inspirational presenter, and spiritual life coach. Sheila's passion is to provide a forum for people to process emotion and integrate spiritual understanding into their daily lives. Sheila earned a bachelor's degree of social work from Syracuse University and a master's in clinical social work from the University of Maryland. In 1998, after years of studying metaphysics, Sheila was ordained as a minister through the Light of Divine Truth Foundation. For over 20 years, Sheila has combined her broad formal training with her continual personal awakening to bring forth the message of oneness through divine love. As a messenger of spirit, she embraces and connects with the vibration of the divine feminine. Sheila encourages people to embrace their passions as service on earth by living within the spirit of enchanted oneness. Sheila's website is www.sheilaapplegate.com. And Sheila, welcome back to the X-Zone.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you tonight, Rob.
Sheila, what have you been doing since you and I last talked some time ago?
Well, a lot. I have, the book Enchanted One is out, and I've been doing a lot of book touring and sharing about that message. I also have another CD that I recorded with Leah Shenandoah, so that's in production right now, coming out soon. And I've got a few other projects in the works. I'm actually in a huge transformation with how I'm going to serve, so it's a really exciting time.
Do you find in these troubled days that more and more people are seeking answers to questions that no one seems to be able to give them the answers to, like the traditional religious philosophies just aren't cutting it anymore? So do you find that people are looking to the metaphysical world, the spiritual world, for these answers now?
I do. I feel like people from all walks of life are realizing that something's missing, and they're seeking. We're seeing a huge transformation in the world, which we know on an energetic level, things are shifting, and the metaphysics are becoming much more mainstreamed and integrated into the world and almost normalized, which is what I've been wanting, because it really is our natural state.
So with all the troubles we see in the world today with ISIL, we have Ebola running rampant in Africa. They are now estimating by January 1.6 million people will have passed because of Ebola. We have hunger. We have homeless. We have families that are falling apart. We've turned into a society of techno-geeks. Where do people go, and how do people cope with all these changes? I understand that these are changing times, but how do we help people around the world who aren't in as tuned as you are to, you know what, gang, this is progress. We're actually facing a good change. How do we convince them of that?
Well, certainly there's some people that are going to keep focusing on the transformation being difficult or negative, if we would say that. And I think that for them, we just have to hold the space and know that there is another option. But I think that all of those things that you mentioned are also putting a pressure on people to say, wait a second, what is life about? And how can I make a difference? How can I find hope in this world? And that's where we come in to support people in transforming themselves, because if we realize, even by Jungian theory, that we're all one and our changes affect the whole, we can empower people to realize that looking within themselves actually does support the world change.
Yeah, I believe we all are part of one, and what we do does affect others. And the very simple analogy I give people who have a hard time with that concept is, I say, just imagine a very calm pond, not a ripple on the pond, not a wave. And then you pick up a couple of pebbles in your hand and you toss one pebble. You toss another pebble. You toss another pebble. And as the wakes or the ripples from each pebble intersects with other ripples caused by other tossed pebbles, that is how we affect each other's lives. They finally get the picture.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. And that's such a beautiful imagery.
You and I have to take a 2-minute commercial break, my friend. Please stand by. Great having you back with us. When we come back, we're going to be talking to Sheila about her new book entitled Enchanted One, The Portal to Love. This is the X-Zone. My name is Rob McConnell, and we're coming to you from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. If you'd like to send us an email, xzone@xzoneradiotv.com, on all social media sites, X-Zone Radio TV, and our website, www.xzoneradiotv.com. And contact Sheila Applegate, very simple, www.sheilaapplegate.com. We'll be back on the other side of this 2-minute break. Don't go away. Modern Esoteric, Beyond Our Senses by Brad Olson, consummates the lifology story about where humanity originates. It is the lost continents, the primitive wisdom, the mythos of creation, and the rethinking of ancient history as we are taught in academia. There is much more to the story than what we have been told. As this is the first book in the Esoteric series, Modern Esoteric starts at the beginning of time and accelerates up to this modern age. Future Esoteric is book 2 in the series and takes a forward-looking position ahead of today with an open and honest examination of the ET issue and various unexplained phenomena. To discover the writings of author Brad Olson, visit www.bradolson.com. That's www.bradolson.com. Named one of the world's greatest psychics, Elizabeth Joyce is now giving readings worldwide via Skype. Elizabeth Joyce is recognized for her clairvoyant ability to help find missing persons, her analysis of dreams, past life regression work, mediumship, and her accurate predictions. Elizabeth has been a frequent guest on the X-Zone radio show with yours truly, Rob McConnell, now for several years. For an appointment with Elizabeth Joyce, call 201-934-8986 or Skype at elizabeth.joyce. And for more information, you can always visit Elizabeth Joyce online at www.new-visions.com. Welcome back, everyone. Sheila Applegate is my special guest this hour, www.sheilaapplegate.com. And Sheila, tell me about your new book. I love the title, Enchanted One. The Portal to Love?
Enchanted One, The Portal to Love is a book about integrating love into every moment of your life and really embracing your emotions, as you said in the introduction, as a gateway to living in that space of oneness. It integrates messages from the Divine Feminine in the form of Isis and Magdalene, and then I weave together my own life experience of learning how to live by the messages that I brought through from the Spirit.
Now, Isis and Magdalene, all right, are these the two, Isis and the one and only Magdalene, that we all believe it is?
It is, yes. Well, I guess if everybody believes Isis and Magdalene are the energies that I feel. Magdalene presented herself first to me, and she presented herself as Jesus' partner, and explained to me that it was in their union, the union of the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine, that so much of what we consider miracles were able to occur. And she has walked very closely with me over the years, and she actually introduced me to Isis as her spirit guide when she was walking on Earth. So when Magdalene was on Earth, Isis acted as her spirit guide, and that's how I came to know them.
Why do you think there has been so much controversy about Jesus being married to Mary Magdalene? Like, what's the big deal? I think it's neat.
Of course, right?
Yeah.
And when we think about it, it doesn't make sense from those times that he wouldn't have been married and had children.
Exactly.
It just isn't logical. But I think if we look across the board in almost all of the stories of prophets that we have, we see a theme of the Divine Feminine, or the relationship to a female, and any sexual energy just being taken right out of the story. And that's like shown time and time again, where it's a virgin mother and the man is the prophet and he's single. So what I think has happened is that the Divine Feminine energy, that goddess energy, has been removed from our history for a while, with the masculine energy taking the dominant lead. And the masculine energy sort of aligns and represents the mind and the logical thinking, where the Divine Feminine is the heart center and the emotions. So it's just really time now to bring those back into balance, because that's where the power lies.
Sure. You see, I've got a theory. I believe that the feminine was taken out of excuse the expression, out of high historical standing, because men were and still are insecure. In order to maintain their masculinity, or their perception, or their mirage of masculinity, they couldn't have women upstaging them. And when you look throughout history, every empire, every kingdom that was under the rule of a female has done a lot better than the rule of the male. So you'll get no argument out of this guy when it comes to
I agree with
feminine.
you. Yeah.
So
I would like to see it go where we can balance both of them. I think there's like a pendulum effect where we might move a little bit more into the feminine, or maybe we moved into the masculine because we were coming out of feminine energy. But it's just time for us to bring them both into harmony now.
And I think that is going to happen. I really do. But men have got to learn that it's okay to cry. It's okay to wear your heart on your sleeve. It's okay to show that you're not perfect, that you are flawed in one way or another. It's okay, because we're all humans.
Absolutely. And I'm thinking even back to what you said in the first segment about the state of our world and that war mentality, and a lot of the things that are happening are because of that male-dominant energy. And I keep saying male-dominant energy because it's not just men versus women. Women and men both have male and female energy inside of them, and a lot of females will be more male-dominant in their energy as far as that linear thinking. So it's not blaming a sex, but realizing that we have, we're out of balance, and that's what we're seeing in the world.
Tell me, what inspired you to write Enchanted One?
It was really well. I guess I would first be. It came from all of my students and clients that were just asking me to write it and put it down. But when I really got into